I am currently working on a challenge in the advanced course at CTI Japan, where I need to accumulate over 100 hours of coaching with paying clients within about 6 months. During this process, I have often been recognized with feedback such as "Tara-san has exceptional expressiveness," and "Your metaphors are amazing," as if I can vividly picture the scene. As a coactive coach, we reflect what we observe from the client and discern whether it resonates with them or not, while walking together towards fundamental change. I believe that my expressiveness is quite effective in helping the client. The higher the quality of the coach's feedback, the more deeply the client can immerse themselves in the experience. I am convinced that this ability is due to my storytelling ability. Let me try to explain what I mean by storytelling. In short, I define storytelling ability as the ability to create a state where something vivid can be imagined and created in the other person's mind, where they immerse themselves in the world and take on a role, all through vivid description. What I describe and what the other person describes may differ, but what matters is that the other person feels a strong sense of reality in their mind. Moreover, they should be able to enter that world as a person or another being. Simply put, it's the ability to create an immersive experience in the other person's mind based on what they imagine. For my influence, the other person imagines a world infused with their essence, such as their values and desires, and they immerse themselves in it. This world is based on who they truly are as intuitively perceived by me, and my essence as a coach adds further influence. Coaching is a dialogue and a feedback loop. By engaging with the essence within the client, we guide them to their true desire and amplify that resonance to the maximum, which brings about infinite energy, power, and speed, thus enabling action, presence. That's why it's crucial for the client to experience a resonant state. It's not about resonating with others, but resonating with oneself. Therefore, the quality of the intuitive feedback that the coach receives from the client is important. In a recent session with a client, her keywords were music, musicians, performance venues, and audiences. I intuitively felt her desire to break free from the rigid, procedural barriers, including booking offices. At that moment, she brought up the metaphor of South America. Immediately, several scenes and images from the documentary Moro no Brazil came to mind. I also recalled scenes from Spike Lee's movie Do the Right Thing, depicting the daily lives of minorities, including African Americans, living in a New York slum. As I felt and savored those scenes, I could feel my body warming up. Moved, and although it wasn't the most graceful movement, it was just an expression, letting my body do what it wanted. She, watching me through the screen, appeared thrilled, smiling and saying, "Yes, that's exactly it. And that's what I've been wanting to do." What I used was a skill called embodiment. I often suggest to clients, especially in practice sessions, why don't you express yourself through your body? From the client's expression, what emerged from the coach's intuition can be expressed as it is. The client's unconsciousness was brought to the surface through the coach's intuition. In process work, this is the manifestation of the client's secondary process by the coach, but I will elaborate on this in a separate article. When the coach's intuition is reflected or mirrored back to the client, my way of being as a coach was expressed through embodiment. Way of being refers to me as a person, my essence, shaped by my experiences up until now. Since adulthood, I've undergone an immense amount of input and output. This includes work, but more importantly, it's the non-work experiences that have been overwhelming. I've read many books, watched many films, listened to music, and danced. I've experienced whatever I intuitively felt resonated with me without being picky or analyzing the content. I can even say it was impulsive. This experience has nurtured and shaped my essence. It has become the basis of my way of being as a coach in this moment. Because of my way of being, my body moves naturally. It's not just my essence, but also the films, actors, and all the people involved in them, including the history and desires of African Americans that have shaped my way of being. Who am I really? Haha. That's why experience is so important, and curiosity is the key to creating experience. Let's take detours with curiosity and intuition and do what may seem pointless. In life, there are many things that seem like detours or may feel like a waste. Modern society offers convenient features that let us fast forward or skip through such things. It's easy to search on Google or ask ChatGPT to summarize results. On the other hand, as a result of accumulating such experiences, one may become the person who just gives answers when dealing with important relationships. Curiosity must not be killed by the cat. To refine your way of being, dive into experiences with full curiosity. This will definitely enrich your life and your relationships with others.